everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aphrodite, aka Madam Suave, and the list is infinite. If you are new here, I would like to welcome you to the community. Be sure to check the description box below and like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. Remember that energy is timeless and fluid. This could be past, present, or future energy. Flip roles if they need to be reversed, and only take what resonates, leaving the rest for who it is meant for. So the title of today's message is Harpo, who that is. Ooh, and I have a very, very loud ringing in my ear right now. But you have people attempting to work with the same spirits who you work with and who also work with you as a part of your contract here. But these same people who are attempting to work with these spirits are people who were working against you. And you know, every day I have to kind of refrain myself, okay? I must refrain myself. I'm sorry, I'm having so much ringing in my ear right now, okay? And I feel like this kind of speaks to your connection here, okay? But every day I must refrain myself, okay? I must refrain. But I feel like there is no insult that I can say that is more insulting than their own lack of intelligence. Because how exactly does that work? It's like people trying to do calculus who don't know basic math. They have literally signed their life away on that dotted line and gave you ownership. And in all of my lifetimes, this has to be one of the most entertaining surrenders, okay? Now, you guys can't see it yet, but you guys are going to understand why I am saying what I am saying, because I did have a great laugh and a great tickle. And, ooh, being born with a sense of humor is a blessing. Let me just tell you, okay? It is a blessing, not only for you, but the people who come against you. They better be lucky and glad that you got a fucking sense of humor. And how a coward and someone without a mind of their own trying to morph themselves into someone else, how they believe that they have any sort and type of power or authority is beyond me, okay? They must have bumped their head and forgot who the fuck they are. These people do not be divine. They be deranged, seeking asylum. So these people who are and were working against you, okay, who are attempting to work with these spirits, these same spirits that they are attempting to work with are working against them, misguiding and misdirecting them, because they are not in alignment with these spirits, okay? They simply have the desire to work with these spirits. That does not mean that these spirits are working with them. They cannot tell the difference, okay? They cannot tell the difference, so they are mistaking it as a psychic connection, as a third eye connection, okay? And this is, man, karma works in very mysterious ways, and I marvel at its intelligence. I marvel at its intelligence and their arrogance. In other words, their stupidity. They are being rejected. And what I was hearing is they have set off the intruder alarm, okay? They have set off the intruder alarm with the invocation of blood, all right? With the invocation of blood. So when I said they signed their motherfucking name on the dotted line, I mean they signed that shit in blood, and you now have ownership. You are held in high regards and in high honor. So you are the one commanding these spirits. These spirits work for you, not the other way around. However, they have made a mule and a fool out of them. They are driving and dragging these people to their own demise. And we're going to get into it. Okay, we're going to get into it. But so these people are like very... right, so this energy is very gullible, naive, and it's like a ungrounded high, okay? A very ungrounded high. So it's kind of like it's almost like an adrenaline rush, but it's much worse than an adrenaline rush, okay? They are getting taken on the ride of their life. Literally, okay? Literally. And I was hearing the devil wears Prada, okay? From Prada to nada. So hell is going to feel like paradise compared to the branding that they are about to receive. So I was also hearing undertaking, and now when I'm hearing undertaking, it's literally like something is about to be taken right from underneath them, like from right underneath your nose, but they are not going to be able to see it because they are so damn delusional, okay? In fucking La La Land deranged. The entire underworld is your family, and the underworld is within you, okay? Lives within you. So essentially, they have no protection, okay? They have literally no protection. The only thing protecting them is their resistance to the truth. In other words, delusion, okay? So like I said, they are not going to see it when it happens. It's going to be very swift, okay? They are only protecting their minds, but it's already in a compromised state, and they're in a compromising position. So all they can do is bend and assume. They are relying on the assumption of what power they want to have but don't. And this is as a way to protect themselves. And because that belief is false, it will not dictate their reality nor protect them, but it will shield them from seeing it, okay? So it's like having shades or blinders on. Yes, ooh, yes. And it's like kind of the feeling that I'm getting is that, okay, having shades or blinders on, it's like it's kind of giving me someone who thinks, you know, like they're so cool, like they're just like, oh yes, like it's kind of like someone like, yeah, it's just someone who thinks that they are very cool, kind of is what I am getting. Like they are in a, like I said, it's almost like they are riding a high horse right now, or they are riding a high, okay? But it's like once they come down from that high, they are going to be looking around and looking like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yeah, what the fuck did you do? So never assume because you make an ass out of you, not me. All right. So like I said, they are relying on the law of assumption, and baby, baby, you making an ass out yourself. So like I said, they are being used as a mule. And I was literally hearing pin the tail on the donkey. So it's kind of like a party joke, okay? They are being made out to look like an ass. And it's basically, it's all building itself up. So this is a comedian's dream. Okay, this is a comedian's dream. I was also picking up on something political. So for some of you, I don't know, you could be dealing within energy, or maybe you are this energy, I have no idea. But it's kind of like lacking critical thinking. So inserting opinion-based logic, which is a contradiction within itself, okay? So inserting opinion-based logic with no understanding of politics itself. Now, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, okay? Everyone is entitled to have an opinion. However, you cannot expect that opinion to hold any weight, especially when you are talking, you know, political discussion, political debate, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're having a logical discussion, like no one, baby, sometimes your opinions don't hold no weight except for you. I was also picking up on lots of seeds being planted as to eliminate allies from a political figure. This was giving me Trump energy, okay? He is a Gemini. And now this does not seem to be working, because one thing about Geminis is that they tend to have a lot of friends. They tend to have a lot of, you know, interpersonal relations as well as connections, okay? And these connections are not always very like a public connection, okay? These can be very, a lot of friendships that people would not know about, things that they keep on the hush, kind of like underground energy, okay? So these things are not always going to be public because they fly under the radar, only showing what they want to be shown and what they want to be seen. So they don't, it's kind of like they don't really care what you see, right? They kind of use it to their advantage, okay? They use the chaos of everything to their advantage. So while people are thinking that they are a very chaotic energy, they are also very organized, okay? This is used as protection and strategy, okay? So everything cannot be loud, okay? Everything cannot be loud. So even when things look chaotic, there's a lot of work being done underground. So change does not come without chaos. Though they are air, like the other side of that is a very, very grounded energy, okay? One of the reasons for that is because they are always operating in what feels natural. It's literally air, okay? It's air. You have very unique and specific communication codes and frequency, which is helping to materialize the unseen into the physical. And this is a part of your creation, which is why you are able to materialize it. Okay, so this is realization, not assumption. So essentially, this is sufficiency and maximizing the potential of everything. You are able to see both good and bad towers, okay? And this is something that you can foresee, okay? So you are able to see both good and bad towers. However, with the understanding of polarity, you know how to shift all towers for the best, okay? So it's understanding that there is no such thing as good or bad, right? There's no such thing as good or bad, only polarity. It's moving with the change, not against it. You are a master at surfing the waves of life, and because of this, all towers are rewarding because you seize it as an opportunity, okay? You are a way maker. So there were people, or are people, who were attempting to cause towers in your life that you may not have even realized because of who you are as a master of chaos. And now the towers that are hitting them, they cannot crawl their way from out of, okay? They are being buried alive, okay? Buried alive. You also had someone who was trying to peer and they got burned, okay? So the only thing that they could see was their future of doom. They are distracting themselves by creating kite. Hold on. Kite. So as I was, you know, getting ready to go on to the next part, the song Kites, okay, came up. So there is something significant about drugs. So either, I don't know, this could be a prescription drug, or somebody is literally on drugs, or they are acting like they are on drugs, okay? It's kind of what I'm getting. But so distracting themselves by creating chaos in their own lives. Now this could also, I mean, for some of you, this could also be you, okay? This could also be you, and maybe you need to find some other grounding techniques. Okay, they know that they cannot touch you, yet they have to look to you for the answers. However, the answers never change, and they do not like any of the answers that they are getting. All right, now like I said, the answers do not change. However, the pace and intensity does pick up. Okay, so it's like an angry bull that is charging towards them in a dome. Okay, like it's literally like an enclosed dome that they cannot get out of. So it's literally like running in circles, so just getting dizzy and tripping over themselves. I told you somebody fell and bumped their motherfucking heads. Okay, so you know how they say like if you fall from like high heights, right, and they're talking about death, etc. It's like, and they say the adrenaline will kill you before the actual smack. So that's kind of like the feeling that I am getting. It's almost like the leading up to it, and we spoke about this before, but the leading up to it is actually way worse than the impact of what is happening itself, right? The impact of it all is a lot less worse than what is happening to them, the lead up. Ooh. Right, so this is free falling. Okay, free falling. They are trying to manifest, but gravity is working against them, and they can't get shit off the ground. Now, for some of you, this could be you. This could be your energy or how you may be feeling because you are resisting or someone is being deceptive. Now, when I am saying being deceptive, either this is someone who around you who is being deceptive or someone is in scammer energy. Okay, scammer energy is what I was picking up on. It's giving that they are a lost cause at this point. They are a lost cause. But also, you may still be telling your business to someone who you're not supposed to or shouldn't, or giving too much away. Okay, so again, this is kind of the energy of like you may be moving with a lot of excitement right now. And I know you guys are excited about whatever you have going on, but you kind of need to be more stoic. So you could be someone who you are a talker, or maybe you are a very social person. You may talk to a lot of people throughout the day. Maybe you just, like I said, maybe you're just a talker. Okay, like you actually enjoy talking. Is what I'm getting. Like, yeah, you're a talker. Okay, a very, very social person. Okay, for some of you, this is a warning for some of you. So about something that has not yet happened. Okay, but allow time to settle and actually enjoy it and bask in it. Okay, enjoy it alone by yourself. You know what I mean? Like, give yourself time to actually enjoy it. Brazil is significant, as well as Mississippi. You are taking care of or prioritizing your mental health, or someone here needs to. Minnesota is significant, as well as you may have a 4-year or 4-month-old. Okay, Nova Scotia is relevant. I hope I said that right. Okay, Britain, London, there is a cycle you've completed, moving on to the brand new, welcoming in new energy. Also, someone is in stage 4 of cancer or some other medical condition. You may be feeling a lot at this time, in a lot of pain, or maybe for someone you lost someone to this. Okay, I am getting that maybe there is someone who is sick, who is very angry with you, or for whatever reason. Okay, so that is all I have for today's message. If you got anything from this message, if you enjoyed this message, if anything resonated with you, if you like my energy, my channel, my content, etc., I do ask that you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, and I'll see you guys on next time. Love you all. Bye.